Well, hello, hello. Great Friday. Hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. This is Jojo Maria Enteroma coming to you with astrology for self-mastery for the final report of January 2026. Oh my God. I mean, we had like 36 aspects, not including the full moon and the new moon, and then there was that period from the 17th to the 19th when we had 14 planetary aspects. That's the amount that's in February for that whole month. But we had it in 3 days. And then it didn't end, because that's what I'm going to give you now is some more significant, impactful planetary movements and shifts that have been going on, and I truly believe it all is very beneficial to us. And I think the reason why the heavens said, okay, we'll slow the planets down in February, give them a chance to integrate and experience the beneficent results of all of those downloads that we experienced. Yeah. So it's my great pleasure to be here and to give you this, and especially on a Friday afternoon. I will be starting astrology for February with the full moon in Leo on Sunday. So I did want to do this, though. I wanted to get this in for you before the actual final day of January, which is tomorrow. So I want to start off by first acknowledging my teacher whose birthday would be today. That's Melodoma Some. And he would have been 70 this year. He would have been 70. And as this quote says, healing comes when the individual remembers his or her identity, the purpose chosen in the world of ancestral wisdom, and reconnects with that world of spirit. Shay. Yes, yes, yes. May his teachings continue to walk among us. Absolutely. And so here are the quotes for January. Look at me jumping, time jumping already. That may be a way to get this like kind of an overview of this energy that we have been going through. Oh my God. Astro Butterfly says 2026 kicks things into gear fast. February 2026 with the apocal Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees Aries is just around the corner. So there's no room for drifting or messing around. In January, there are so many exact conjunctions, 10 of them, so many initiations that we can hardly keep up. It's download after download, and the momentum builds so quickly that before we know it, we're already in a completely different place. Ashe. And then Lena Stevens said, there is a powerful opportunity for connecting with creativity and passion this month as you rediscover what truly inspires you and gives you joy. It is a time to eliminate what stands in the way, and this includes patterns of negative thoughts, worry, and anxiety. And that's what those wonderful venerable monks have been teaching us about. And then last but not least, Kyle Thomas says, January 2026 is a splendid, magical, and beautiful period of celestial weather that we can all harness personally and professionally. Yeah. I mean, there was so much stuff that one of the reasons I delayed doing these last 10 aspects is because at the time I wanted to do it, Astro Butterfly hadn't dropped her information, and Lena Stevens hadn't dropped some stuff either, and Moon Omens even like was, behind, because it's just been a lot, a lot, a lot. So this is nice that since we made it through, um, we can now just look back, especially over these last 10 days, and see what the energies are, what they had in store for us. And then you can think about what, has been going on for you and how it fits into this cosmic movement. Yeah. So right now we are in Aquarius season. Happy birthday to all you Aquarians out there. To my nature sister Suzanne, if she's listening in, happy birthday. And yeah, Aquarius season, really powerful, a really powerful season that we're in right now. Absolutely. I also wanted to let you know that there is what's called an Aquarius stellium. That's when two or more planets are in that same part of the sky. But for us in January, we have had Mars, Venus, Mercury, Pluto, the Sun, and various and sundry asteroids all in the Aquarian part of the sky. And the moon has been a bit, but we didn't have like a new moon or that won't be on, I mean, a full moon or a new moon. We won't have that until February, new moon in Aquarius. But just to know that it's been really powerful, especially with Pluto's presence, and lots and lots of things have been moved and shook and turned around and flipped and all of that. Yeah. So generally, an Aquarian stellium is an indication that there will be heightened focus and activities related to the qualities associated with Aquarius, which is creativity, originality, independence, and interdependence, interest in the collective good, and a strong sense of justice and a desire to help those in need. In addition to this, an Aquarius stellium can also indicate an increased ability to think outside the box and the desire to explore new ideas. Yeah. And we definitely are in a period right now, as you know. A new chapter has started. It's time to open up to the new. Shay. So again, here were the impactful days for January. You can see it's like most of the month. In the beginning, we had the 3rd, the 6th to the 9th, and then the 11th. And then in the middle of the month, it was 17th to 19th. That's what those 14 aspects were. But then, as you'll see, this 20 to the 23rd, all of that would have been 7 days in a row, and then this ending, the 26th, the most impactful day, I think, the 27th, and yesterday, the 29th. Yeah, yeah, real powerful. So, let's get started with Tuesday, last Tuesday, the 20th. I'm sorry, I'm gonna just stall for 1 second, I got a comment. Hey, Carmen. Carmen Ray is saying, "Yeah, so true." Yeah, girl. Absolutely. Flip, turned around, all that is going on for sure. So, here on Tuesday, the 20th, backtracking a bit for you, we had a sextile. And that's the thing about this month, that all of these aspects were majority of them just beneficent, just flow energy, a sextile, a trine, and helpful conjunctions, in a positive way, not just in a negative way. Very helpful. So, this is one of those sextiles. Mercury in Capricorn, sextiling with Neptune in Pisces. This artistic aspect can help you follow your big ideas and make something truly magical come up with a plan. Truly magical, sorry. Come up with a plan and follow through. It could lead to an amazing creation. So this lovely, lovely energy of creativity and thinking forward into something new and something beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Also on that day, we had Mercury entering Aquarius, joining that stellium with all the other personal planets and Pluto. Get ready to think about the box between. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Ah! When I was cutting and pasting, I obviously left something out. So let's see. Get ready to think out. It's probably outside the box. When the planet of communication enters this innovative sign, our ideals become loftier as we think about how we can make our lives and the lives of others better. However, don't become a martyr. Sun and Mercury join Venus and Pluto for a four-planet Aquarius stellium that, once again, helps us zoom out and see the bigger picture and how our own life fits into this new reality. Yeah, get more energy for going beyond. And some more message about it. Mercury's ingress into Aquarius encourages us to think outside the box, embrace unfamiliar perspectives, and challenge rigid ideas, opinions, and ways of making sense of the world. This combination of energies has the potential to fuel an increasing mental restlessness and desire to innovate and experiment, inspiring us to explore how to bring forth the progress in the collective. And boy, we know we need this now. Mercury in Aquarius asked us to discover in what ways our visions can serve our communities and humanity as a whole, fulfilling a purpose that is not only relevant for us, but also for others. This transit supports scientific and technological progress, inspires independent thinking, and asks us to look at our lives from a bird's eye view to access a more objective perspective. And again, this is more of that energy of helping us to, really, really get a whole new grip on who we are, why we're here, what's really going on, what's the real truth. Yeah, love it. And then on Wednesday, January 21st, we had one of these 10 conjunctions. This one is the Sun conjuncting Mercury in Aquarius. Even in the cold weather, for those in the Northern Hemisphere, this is still a friendly aspect that'll have you feeling social. Use this energy to make friends with your neighbors, attend town hall meetings, and collaborate on ideas to make things better. Yeah. And again, the things that are happening that we're seeing of people protesting, people coming together. Yeah, it's beautiful energy. And then on Thursday, January 22nd, we had another conjunction in Aquarius. This is Mercury conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius. Now, the Mercury Pluto conjunction exact on January 22nd invites a profound transformation of habitual ways of thinking. This alignment can help us access new insights into human nature as well as into our own and others' psychology, needs, and desires. Conversations around this date can be particularly intense and emotionally charged. Hidden truths could come to the surface and radically shift our perspective about an issue. So think back to that just a couple days ago, and think about any disruption that was going on, and know that it is Pluto's job to really bring things up into the light, bring them out of the darkness into the light. So this is an energy really, really designed to help us become more conscious about how we may be sabotaging ourselves, our relationships, our understanding of the truth. Yeah. So it's a painful energy, but very beneficent. Like if we can't see the truth, if we can't be, if it can't be made conscious to us, what it is that is blocking our ability to what? Yeah, have those happy endings. Yeah, then we can't work on it. We can't shift it. And the exposure of what it is that is really daunting us, blocking us, keeping us caught in a past reality. Yeah, it is very painful. I've been through it many times, but I tell you, I'm so grateful every time after I've gotten through it because it has really helped me stretch and grow and become more capable of letting go of transferring my pain and transforming it. Shay. And then last Friday, January 23rd, we had Mars in Capricorn sextiling Neptune and Pisces. And you see how all the personal planets are getting this opportunity to dance with Neptune in Pisces, also Saturn in Pisces for the last time. It's all coming to an end. But this one, it says, dreams can come true today. This alignment reminds us of the importance of acting with compassion and in alignment with our values and ideals. The Mars Neptune sextile facilitates the process of taking practical steps toward our dreams and grounding them in reality. Yeah, very powerful energy. And a nice one to show up after the Pluto, Mercury and Pluto, Mars and Neptune. Yeah, it's a nice balance the universe did. And then we had Mars going into Aquarius on January 23rd, 2026. The tone becomes even more Aquarian as Mars joins the Sun, Venus, and Mercury in the sign. As the last personal planet enters Aquarius, it becomes crystal clear not only where we're heading, but what steps we actually need to take concretely to get there. And that's from Astro Butterfly. Yeah. And you see, and you feel in these planetary aspects, there's so much flow, like things just really moving forward, whether from the truth being exposed, our inner truth that we haven't wanted to see, our shadow coming to the light. Um, Again, it may be again, or just these aspects are telling us, like, okay, let's go. Things are clear now, much clearer. Yeah. So here's some more about Mars in Aquarius. Mars ingress into Aquarius brings revolutionary and rebellious energy into our personal lives and on the global stage. During Mars's journey through the sign of the water bearer, we can expect social and political themes to come into the spotlight. This transit fuels our urge to rebel from injustice, abuses of power, and anything that is or is perceived as a limitation to our freedom. In Aquarius, Mars motivates us to break free from the status quo and challenge the boundaries of what we used to believe to be possible. This transit fuels our urge to rebel from injustice, abuses of power, and anything that is or is perceived a limitation to our freedom. And I think that is the same paragraph, but that's okay because it's a good one. It needed to be in there twice. But yeah, really, really powerful time. And as we're seeing it acting out, not just here in the United States, but in other places around the world. And then also on this day, we had another conjunction. This was the Sun conjuncting Mercury in Aquarius. And as it says, even in the cold, this is still a friendly aspect that'll have you feeling social. Use the energy to make friends with your neighbors, attend town hall meetings, and collaborate on ideas to make things better. Yeah. And I think that I just repeated myself. Let me go here and see. I think I just repeated myself because that slide shouldn't have been there. How did that get there? That's very interesting. It's okay though, because we already talked about this one. But here's a little more information for you about the one that I really do want to talk about. And I think I grabbed the wrong slide. That's what happened. Okay. Okay. No problem. No problem. That slide that I showed you really should have been Mars in conjunction with Pluto. Yeah, because that's the one, because this day, the 23rd, had these three aspects. So let me give you some more information about that. The Sun and Pluto conjuncting in Aquarius. The sun represents our ego, consciousness, and the light of awareness. As the sun crosses over Pluto, it shines a light into the shadows, illuminating the unconscious forces and habits that are ready for us to bring to the surface to aid in the next step of our transformation. This is an invitation to look at what's uncomfortable, what we keep hidden, and our relationship to our power so that we can transform it. Sun conjunct Pluto in Aquarius signifies a profound, once a year, 20-year cycle of intense personal transformation, illuminating shadows and breaking down old power structures related to technology and social systems. It represents a kazemi, a rebirth moment occurring around January 23rd that demands authentic individuality, often bringing uncomfortable yet necessary change. And so, again, on this day, the 23rd, just all this information about, some things being revealed and coming to light. Yeah, it's so powerful. And then here's about the Kazemi, Pluto being in the heart of the sun. Pluto moves so slowly that it's barely noticeable. Its net forward movement each year is only a few degrees. It spends weeks at a single degree of the zodiac and approximately 7 months of the year retrograde. This means that it goes back and forth over the same few degrees several times before moving on for good. This is what it looks like to work with the unconscious attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors that are in Pluto's realm. The Pluto Cazimi is when we shine a light on what's ready to come to the surface. This is a starting point, an invitation to begin ex, ex- sorry, excavatory. Yeah, excavatory work, meaning digging deep down in there. So if you find yourself repeatedly coming back to the same issue, wondering when you'll finally transform it, rest assured that this is exactly how it's supposed to work. Yeah, you got to loop around a couple of times. Pluto is in Aquarius for the next 20 years. And while this part of your life will get a complete overhaul in this time, it won't happen all at once. And that's the good news. That's a very good news that it doesn't need to happen all at once, that, we have some time. Yeah, yeah. But January 23rd, January 23rd, last Friday, very, very powerful. Yeah. Let's move on with Saturday, the 24th. We get a little respite because this is Pallas Athena entering Aquarius. Pallas asteroid, named for the Greek warrior goddess Pallas Athena, inspires all women to channel their life giving Venus energy through their intellect as well as their bodies. During her transit through Aquarius, this is an excellent opportunity to experiment with information from the future while making plans that break with tradition and create a whole new game with you as the winning competitor. And that's from astrologer Nadia Gilchrist. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. And so we didn't have any aspects, imagine that, this month on Sunday the 25th, but on Monday, oh my goodness, I have got to do the drum roll. Here we go. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Neptune finally left Pisces and went into Aries, where it will be until 2039. And as a Piscean, I celebrate it. After a short visit last year, the planet of inspiration will be settling into bold Aries for the next several years. This will be the mark of a new era as we challenge old and broken systems and pioneer a better world for everyone. Ultimately, Neptune in Aries will teach us that courage and strength are not about force or domination. They have more to do with acting in alignment with our soul, even when it is difficult, requires sacrifices, or leads us to a place of uncertainty. Yeah, here's some more message. Neptune in Aries, a new chapter. On January 26, 2026, Neptune re enters Aries, this time for good. This is big. From now onwards, there is no turning back to how things were. It's not that Neptune in Aries is a completely new energy. We had a taste between March to October of 2025 when Neptune gave us the trailer version of the transit. But this time, there's no going back, no preview, no, I'm going back to Pisces. We're heading into a 14-year Aries era that will reshape society and our sense of identity from the ground up. By mid-February, Saturn will also enter Aries, and then on February 21st to 22nd, the deal is sealed when Neptune and Saturn meet in the first degree of the zodiac, 0 degrees Aries. This January 26th shift is the first insight to what the new era is going to feel like. So you'll want to pay attention to what happens around the time of this ingress. Yeah. Now, since 2011, Neptune's journey through Pisces has guided a collective passage of heightened sensitivity, spirited openness, and inner searching. It has been a time of dissolving old identities and living within unanswered questions, often without clear direction for what comes next. As this chapter closes, what once felt acceptable to leave unresolved is no longer meant to remain that way. What dissolves now is the need to stay lost in order to stay safe. I'll repeat that. What dissolves now is the need to stay lost in order to stay safe. With Neptune entering Aries, the focus turns towards embodiment and conscious action. This chapter asks us for clarity where there was ambiguity, for movement where there was hesitation, and for alignment between what you know inwardly and how you choose outwardly. Yes. And there is a lot more about, Neptune and Aries. Astro Butterfly did almost a book, like 12 pages of information from her, but it's really, really cool. So I think in February, I will do a special video, and around the time of when Saturn and Neptune are conjuncting in Aries. But to give you just some more of this breakdown, because it talks about social issues as well as for us personally. Yeah, it's really cool. So I will be doing that for sure because yeah, it's so much I just couldn't do. Of course, not everything right now. So, but on Tuesday that just passed, on the 27th, we had another Pluto conjunction that was really, yeah, it was a little painful. Yeah, it was a real tight energy. And this is Mars and Pluto conjuncting in Aquarius. We had Mercury do it, the sun did it, everybody did it. Now it was Mars's turn. A day of transformation as this powerful aspect helps you shed your old self so that you can step into your true power. Trust the process and let it happen. Pluto will most certainly push Mars's buttons. We have a choice. We can use this tremendous energy to fuel conflict or to align our actions with our circumstances. Remember, growth is not a linear path. Yeah. And like the other message around Pluto said, it's very incremental because it moves so slow. But again, this is like an opening energy to, help us kind of, yeah, get it right, get into alignment. Absolutely. Yes. Got a couple of messages from Daphne. Hey, Daphne. Yes, please. Saturn is my ruling planet. Yes, I will give you that information because it is really, it's a lot. And it's amazing because this hasn't happened in something like 4,000 years with these two planets coming into a 0 degree in Aries. Like this is really a new beginning, a new age. And there are also astrologers talking about the cycles of the ages of humans that, is really, really cool. So, yeah, really nice. Trust the process and let it happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in while I'm live. All right. So, yesterday, the final, final aspect that was happening this month. Applause because it is a sweet energy. It is the final conjunction, and it's between Mercury and Venus, and it says Scorpio here. Forgive me. It's supposed to be Aquarius. Yeah. This social aspect creates a sense of community in our lives as it's easy to connect with our neighbors and social networks. Show your gratitude to the people you love and lend a helping hand when needed. Absolutely. All this week has been like this combobulation. It's like, because I can't tell you how many times I have looked at my PowerPoints when I put them together to make sure things were in place. Yeah, right. I can't even see the word Scorpio instead of Aquarius, but it's all good. It's all good. It's the time that we're in. And, there's nothing wrong with that because these energies, this is no joke. This is stuff that is really shifting and moving us into a new understanding, a new appreciation for who we really are as humans. Yeah. So that's why everything is moving and shaking and shifting. Yeah. It's a beautiful evolutionary time that we all asked to be here for before we incarnated. We had our hands up. I'll help, I'll be there. So, yeah, we're doing it. Absolutely. So, cosmic reminders. And again, I just talked about that conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. It is coming. And this is really, it says, this alignment emphasizes the need to close cycles, leave the past behind, and learn to navigate transitions with uncertainty, with faith as we prepare to enter the next chapter of our lives and of humanity's life on this planet. Absolutely. Ashe. And then also remind you, we have this beautiful, beautiful, audacious, and unprecedented energy of the magic triangle. It's a minor triangle among these outer planets from 2025 to 2028. And it is the most positive, significant, and consequential planetary alignment in our lifetimes and this entire century. Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius are most affected. However, this amazing period of discovery and revelation can benefit everyone. So, Uranus in Gemini, Neptune in Aries, Pluto in Aquarius, mixing it up, and this is a great reason for us to be very optimistic about our future. Absolutely. I also want to just remind you to please pray, continue praying for the venerable monks and Aloka walking for peace. They plan to be in Washington, D.C. Uh, by the second or third week of February. They're getting ready to face a blizzard, so we'll see what happens. And the leader had gotten ill. He had gotten like some kind of a flu. But let me tell you, they keep walking on, and they are inspiring all of us to really understand what it means when you make a commitment to something. Yeah. And I'm urging everyone to do as they are instructing us in order for there to be peace in the world. It is an inside out job. And to start your day by taking out a piece of paper and a pen and writing down, today is going to be my peaceful day. Ashe. I'm doing it every day, and I am so grateful. It is definitely making a big difference in how I am managing my nervous system. Absolutely. And behavior. And just a quick promo of my book, Wisdom Walk to Self Mastery, Ancient Wisdom for Transforming Pain. And it is available in online booksellers, including Amazon, Kindle, and Abe's books. I really love Abe's book. So, my darlings, there you have it. Woo! So grateful, so grateful that I got through. Oh my goodness. Yes, Daphne, today is my peaceful day. Thank you. Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I am so grateful I got through all of that astrology in January. It was huge. It worked me, folks. It worked me. I had so much research I had to do. And then, how do I siphon this down? So it's not overwhelming, but it's clear as possible. So, again, I apologize for my bloopers. And, again, that's the kind of energy it is, pull you off center. And it requires us to also make sure that we're resting, that we are really giving ourselves that downtime and that peace. Again, we're in Aquarius season. You know, the monks gave us a beautiful breathing exercise. I've been doing it every night. I encourage you to do that too, because these things that are happening, like in Minneapolis. I heard the reporter Don Lemon just got arrested. It's a lot. And then there's this flu outbreak in India that's very, very bad. Sounds like a COVID kind of thing. Yeah, so there's a lot out there that really will be disturbing and upsetting, but we've got to come back into ourselves, and we have to calm ourselves down and get back to our center and back to our peace, because everything that's happening is happening for a divine reason. God knows what God is doing. And our job is, again, take care of ourselves, take care of our loved ones, take care of our community, and make sure that we don't lose ourselves in the process of all of this transformation. Yeah, because it really is quite amazing. I wish you a very peaceful and happy rest of your Friday. I will return to live streaming on Sunday to talk about this full moon in Leo. Until then, be well, excuse me, be safe, be happy, and most importantly, be peaceful. Ashe. See you again soon.